Right.
So what we're doing right now, man, is I'm going to show you guys like kind of like a little automation that I've built out and what you can do when you create automations within Jarvis, which is an awesome platform. I think everybody here should use it. At one point, you're going to get to a point where you need organization, and Jarvis is going to be that. So again, it's not in essence how many leads that you find, how many leads you're able to qualify. It's where are they being put and how you're nurturing them. Nurturing leads is the bloodline of what it is to have a real estate company. If you're not consistently nurturing follow-ups, then you're missing out on the most important factor that makes us real estate investors, and that is hunting for variable change. Variable change is a law in Isaac Newton when he basically states that something at any point in time can happen that can change the trajectory of one thing and add a percentage. And it's based on numbers, right? So if something happens, variable change, what we're trying to focus on is that nurturing aspect. So when we do reach out to a lead, we know for a fact that this type of lead that we're reaching out to, even though they didn't want to sell today, 2 to 3 years from now, possibly, because we don't know the situation. You know, I could tell all of you guys, and just to give you all an example, straight from facts here, from experience, I was buying properties like crazy. My portfolio used to be about 90 plus houses. All right. So I had 90 units. I think my passive that I was making from them was a little over $100,000. And it was at the height of my game. At the time, I was buying so many properties because I was making damn near $500,000 a day. I needed to park the money. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, the IRS gonna come after me for the amount of money that I was making. So I took the money from one LLC and I started dumping it in houses. Now I was buying properties. I didn't even give a fuck because I was making so much money. I just bought them. You know, like you could give me like a 70%, 80% deal and I would just buy it. Like I wouldn't even do anything with it. I just bought it because I wanted to. There's going to be a point in your business where you might get there where you're just buying properties because you want to, not because you have to. And there's a difference between the two. When you have to buy properties because your business is reliant on that. I had built a massive passive income machine that was pumping money every single hour. I think every hour at one point, I was making close to like, I don't know, 36, 38,000 every hour. And that was 40 hours a week. I had over 700 virtual assistants and I was getting paid $2 to $6 per VA. And I had clients that had big contracts with me. You know, a VA is kind of like a rental property. When one of you guys hires a virtual assistant from me, I make $300 to $600 a month per VA. You know, so you take that number and you multiply that by 700, that'll give you an idea of what Virtual Squad was producing at one point. Now, this company started to grow above me, grow out of me. So I kind of lost control. Okay. In this time frame, when I had lost all of that money, I had a variable change moment happen. I had all these properties that were sitting there. It was money that was dumped into assets that I needed to pull out. We had received a full blown lawsuit, right? And then we had to file for bankruptcy for the amount of money that we were losing. In one day, my entire virtual assistant business got churned upside down. Long story short, economics happened, the market happened, interest rates rose, and people started stealing my virtual assistants. I lost almost 80% of my employees within one day. And on top of that, you know, just because you lose employees doesn't mean that the people that aren't on your staff don't need to get paid. I had received chargebacks for I believe about maybe $700,000 worth of usage from Stripe. Stripe took my account into the negative. When that happened, my account just, I don't know how Chase Bank allows for accounts to go negative for $600,000, but we were at this point now struggling to breathe. And it was so much money coming out. Kai and I had never made this amount of money before. Our company had produced a little over $23 million in a 2 year radius. And so making this amount of money, both of us being uneducated on how to keep most of it, I did what I always knew how to do, dump it into real estate. She did what she knew how to do, just blow it. You know what I'm saying? And my partner was a Filipino. So take the money that I made and multiply it by 50, 56. That's how much money she made because we split everything down the middle. We had reserves. We had things that we were invested in. We even bought a warehouse and a tractor. So there was a lot of things that were on the line. I had to sell everything, y'all, everything to make this right. Almost like $13 million of assets went out the window. I sold my warehouse, which I paid 3.4 for, 900 grand. I sold my tractor, my work trucks, my shipping compartments because we at the time we were moving hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product from Walmart and Home Depot. It was a method of business called drop shipping, but we were doing a different method. It was called two-step drop shipping. So our stores stayed alive. Two-step drop shipping means I buy a product, that's listed for sale on my store, my Amazon store, and I ship the product directly to my warehouse. My warehouse will then take the product, take it out of the boxes that say Walmart, toss them, put the boxes from our warehouse on them, label them, SKU number, everything that you can think of, and then we send it off. And we send it off, it goes directly to the client, not to an Amazon warehouse. So this is called fulfillment by merchant. We call this FBM in the business. Fulfillment by merchant means that Amazon is not a part of the fulfillment. We're simply using Amazon to sell our products, which they take a percentage of all of our sales. Why they would shut us down is because out of one day they decided no more drop shipping, no more FBM, everything's done by Amazon. And they just shut down all my stores. And at the time, I had a little over 300 of them. So in this business model, it was an economic thing that took me out. It wasn't a bad business thing. It was just an economic thing. And everybody plans for businesses to go right. Nobody plans for businesses to go wrong. Big lesson for all of you guys. No matter what it is that you're doing, I don't care if you're just starting in wholesaling, if you're already doing a couple of deals on your belt, whatever that looks like, motherfucker, you need a plan for an exit. What does your exit look like? When you walk into a restaurant, where my military cats here, do you guys not look at the exits in case somebody pulls out a gun and starts fucking going crazy? That's the type of mentality that you need to have walking into your business. What are the exits? I had none because I thought that we were doing so good that we would never stop doing good. And because the money comes in, money's going to inflate you in so many ways. It's going to make your ego bigger than it is. I realized that it had turned me into an egotistical person. And God giveth, God taketh away. In the book of Job, he talks about this, right? And so this was my take it away moment. It was because I was not worthy to receive that blessing yet. Or maybe I was worthy of the trial and tribulation, but I feel as though whatever God was calling me to do at the time, this was a lesson that was needed. And it humbled me. Within a 2-year period of time, I lost my wife, I lost my homes, I lost half of my portfolio, I lost over $13 million. I'd filed for bankruptcy, and I came back so much harder than ever. I gave my life to Jesus, had a heart attack, gave my life to Jesus, and everything's been turning around since. You know, but the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because in business, we plan for everything to go right. We never plan for things to go wrong. If I would have had an exit plan, that would have helped me out tremendously. So the reason why I'm even bringing this up, not just for the exit and all the other lessons that you guys are getting from me owning a $23 million business, but there was variable change that had happened at the center of all of that that I was not expecting. You know how many people called me on my houses? I left them vacant because people would just call me on them. And so I wanted to network. I would invite them into my office, dude. I try to hire them and recruit them because people like you guys are the types of people I want to hire. So I would just leave these houses vacant as like little nets. You know what I mean? You drove by, you'd be like, holy shit, who's this company? And I would be owned by the dumbest LLC, like Sleeping on the Couch LLC. That's one of mine. Wakanda LLC. That's also one of mine. Infinity Gauntlet LLC. Captain America Sucks LLC. I have like about 100 plus LLCs that I owned at the time. I stopped caring about the names of them and just started making them up. And so like all these LLCs, you would see them when you would be driving for dollars, and you would like try to call me. So when you called me, I just would invite you into my office and try to recruit your ass to work for my company. That's what I was doing that for. So in this instance, if you would have called me about these houses, I would have laughed in your face. I was making so much money. There was nothing that you could do to knock me off of this high horse. I felt like I was above everybody at this point. My head was bigger than it is now. I'm telling you, I have no idea. That's why I got big shoulders, because I was carrying around this big ass head. And so in essence, I had to do what I had to do. I knew that our company was going under. I knew that we needed to do something to pivot. I knew that there was a change that needed to happen, and I had to do it. So I sold almost all of the real estate that I had bought. I kept 44 houses out of like 96 that I had at the time to pay off everything. And on top of that, guys, guess what I sold them for? Like damn near 50 cents, 40 cents on the dollar just to get rid of them. And so that's the thing. I started buying those houses from 2017 to 2021. Okay, like that portfolio was everything to me. When I had it, I was at the top of my game. And you would have never thought that if you would have called me in 2017, 2018, interested in one of my houses, that I would have ever been interested in selling again in 2021. So your nurturing aspects of your business need to be dialed in, because even guys like me will fall one day. Okay. And when that happens, right, that's what you capitalize on. That's what you capitalize on. You want to use me as your example. You would have never thought that Q would have lost that amount of money, or that he would have built a business like that, and that he would have been interested in selling his houses. Life happens. And so that is variable change. That's the thing that we want to kind of talk about today. All right. Now, and so like how do you continue to nurture on leads? Why is this important? Whatever you got in your CRM today needs to be on a nurturing sequence where you touch those leads every 6 months. For the ones that told you that they didn't want to sell today, but possibly later, those that go onto a nurturing phase within 6 months. And I'll give you an example of what that looks like. So again, these are workflows and automations that you can create within Jarvis that can help you guys out with kind of keeping this going without it having to be so much on you. Now, I always like to kind of add a few things here. Okay. So there is something that is inside of this that is super cool. You go to settings and you go to conversation AI. This is your AI chatbot that you can turn on that can text leads for you. So let's just create a new one from scratch. We'll say this one's going to be from scratch. So I'll go ahead and I'll continue. This is going to be what I'm going to use to reply to leads because I don't want to rely on a virtual assistant. It's only going to cost me 2 cents per text message. That means 50 cents, 50 text messages to be about $1. So we're going to call this guy Axiom because that's the name of my chat GBT bot. I made her name herself. So Axiom it is. I want it to be suggestive, but also want it to kind of be autopilot. So let's do it this way. We're going to do autopilot, yes, and then we're going to do save here. Now, from this point, we can begin training this bot. And we want to kind of like put this in some type of URL. So this is what I'm thinking that we could do. Let's go into ChatGPT real quick. I need 100 SMS compliant replies for my AI chatbot. I will put them into a Google Doc to share with my Jarvis, aka Go High Level account. Please put the SMS in training format. This is for wholesaling real estate. This way, you guys don't even need me. Like normally I would just say, here we are, but this is going to be crazy. Okay. So what they're doing right now is they're generating a giant text messages for lead qualification responses. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy and paste it into a Google Doc. And for me, this is kind of like how we're going to go about doing it. I'm going to dump all of this into the Google Doc, and then I'm going to share the Google Doc with the chatbot. And the chatbot is now going to know how to speak real estate. And so again, all we're doing right now is creating multiple different types of objections, multiple different like I already trained my chat GPT on a lot of things, just FYI. So it might be a little bit different than what will come out with you, but this is good for now. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm doing right now is putting it in training format so it knows how to do these responses. So additional 60 responses follow similar structure covering leads. Yes. Keep going. It'll stop like every 40 just to make sure that it's doing it right. So all I'm doing right now, y'all, is creating different types of text messages that we could receive and different ways that the lead can qualify a specific response. And then I'm going to just copy and paste this and put it in a Google Doc. So let me just create like a clear Google Doc real quick. We'll say new. Okay, new document. There we go. And then we'll make this public. So share. Okay, got it. Let's share this. Share with others. And then, oh wait, nope, skip that. We'll just make it public. Anyone with the link, viewer, editor, just fine. Copy that. We'll call this AI chat bot training. Once I take this URL and I drop it into the training module, I'm just training a chatbot within Jarvis to reply on my behalf. And that way it can begin vetting the leads a little bit more accurately. So, you know, it's going to keep going. It's a lot. But this is kind of what we want. We want to get as many responses as possible. So let's take all of these here and we'll just copy and paste what we already have. So boom, copy this and then scroll all the way down. We're at 55. Okay. Now we're going to say this, create, oh, go back, create a Q&A format using the information above. So the bot knows what to say to certain responses. It could take you a whole day of training your bot, just FYI. I would load up objections. I would load up everything that you can think of. So right now what it's doing is it's taking what I've already done and putting it in a Q&A format so that my bot can learn a little bit about this. So we'll just add what we already have there just for the sake of it. And there we go. We got at least all of this. And then we'll extend it even further with the Q&A format, just so it knows what to say and when to say it. It even like it's even going over appointment setting, follow-up responses, building rapport, overcoming objections, lead qualification questions. We'll just do it this way too, just so that we have something and kind of just like let it cook. Cold leads and re-engagement. So essentially, guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm showing y'all something that's real cool for nurturing aspects. You don't ever want a text message to not get an immediate reply. So sometimes it's worthy to take what you have right here and just copy and paste it into your bot so that you know how to answer these things. So let's see. Okay, we'll take these. Need replies and answers to those questions. Give me multiple examples. So we'll go back here, copy and paste it. I'm teaching you guys how to train a bot, by the way. This is insane. I don't know what other guru's doing this. So let's just take what we got so far and throw it in there. So we're going to take this and we're going to share this. So boom, and then copy the link. And then let's go back to Jarvis. We're going to enter the URL here. Boom. And then get the data that we want from the doc. Fetching pages. Now we're going to test it over and over again. So we can upload multiple links too, that are specific for bot training. And we can create goals for bots too. So like while this is loading, we can just move ourselves over to goals. We can do like a personality, our intent, kind of add like custom values here, So like depending on like what their name is, we can have them add the name. The intent custom value here would be to kind of like set an appointment, estimate, all of these different things. There's a lot that we can add to the prompts and we can set up what it is that we're trying to do. So like these are actions. A good prompt will allow the bot to better interpret and respond. So, this would either trigger a workflow, add contact info. There's just a lot of ways that this could go. So we can talk about all this later, but for now we're focused on the training part. So it has the data for this. We can test it. See that? I don't want it to be repetitive, but the point is that we have something texting back. That's what's cool. All right. And so like we can train it even more. So just based off of this, right now I had it kind of label out some more Q&A format with questions and then answers for each one. And then we can adjust all of this and then add it there, so let's see, I need more responses going over the process. Also add questions that nudge the idea of scheduling a call. Oh my God, man. I'm showing you guys some cool stuff right now. Anyways, this is how you go about training your bot. It's never ending, mind you. I've never seen a perfect bot, but just kind of go in here and do what you feel is necessary. So like, for me, I'll switch to like another email real fast. I'll pull up like kind of like a cold calling script or like the objections that I have. So I'll go over the objections. Let me see. Where'd they go? Oh yeah, never mind. They're in the other drive. Infinity Gauntlet. We'll go into objections here. And by the way, y'all, this is office hours. Like we're just doing everything at this point. Like I always think that it's dope just coming in here and doing it. So these are all responses, about 100 plus. I have them inside of the group for you guys in call recordings. And mind you, I think Justin, you got to upgrade, bro. Not upgrade, but your level. You need to be at level 5
Oh,
to see call recordings in the classroom.
oh, okay.
That's why you
I'll be engaging sometime.
Yeah,
Uh,
and sometimes the group is stale, bro. Everybody has lives and everybody's busy, just what I like what Heather does is she's consistent, so like Heather will just keep posting regardless and people will see it and then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's what we can do." So right now what I'm doing is I'm sharing all of the objections with the bot. So now it's being trained on objection handling. And then I'll take like let's say a script that I have. Let's go through like a cold calling script. We can pick anyone, just kind of like whatever script that you can think of. I'm going to use one that I have for my company, which is the Infinity Gauntlet script. So this is another one that I'll share. So we'll share this doc on its own. Let's see. We'll go into this. Open in a new window. Okay, that's not the case. Let's go back. I just need the link for that. Okay, cool. There we go. And then share. Copy link. This should be public. So I'll take this and I'll also add it to the bot. I'm going to add this bot to a workflow as well. So right now it just got trained on objections. It's memorized all 100 plus 300 plus objections. It went over the Google Chatbot AI training, and I'm just going to give it like a cold calling script so it has that as well. And then by now we should be done cooking with what we have here. There we go. She expanded this. So we'll take this and then we'll copy this and then let's add that to a new sheet. So we'll create a new one right now just because I don't want to overlap on one of the same links that I've already given it. Try always whenever you're feeding it to feed it one thing at a time, y'all. You can't like throw everything into a drive and then expect for your AI to learn all of that. It's just not how it's going to work. So we'll do new Google Doc and then it'll be the same thing here. So like we could do templates if we want. You don't have to, but I just copy and paste the info that we have. and I added lead qualification, explaining the process, and then building rapport and overcoming objections. If I want, I can prompt it to expand on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I can prompt it to expand on it more. And we can do like 100 plus variations of this. So I can go back to ChatGPT and I'll tell it, keep going till we get to 100 plus replies and questions for wholesaling real estate. Do not stop until complete. I approve of all, because it'll keep pausing and not doing the work that I'm needing. So just prompting it to let it know, like, I don't need you to stop and then check whether or not I'm interested or what. Like, I need you to just keep going. I need you to just complete everything because I don't want to wait. So I'm sure every reply is relevant. So then we'll just take this again and then we'll share with others, and then restricted. We'll do anyone with the link can view it. We'll do editor just in case the bot wants to learn that. So we have 3 links right now. I gave it a cold calling script, all of the objections. We'll click and paste. We'll get the data here. This is the next one that I just created with responses and whatnot. Now you can make this bot have custom responses. So you can add your own Q&A here. Like if there's a question that you want to add and then an answer, but you're going to do this like question per question per question per question per question. What I would do is I would hire a virtual assistant to add all of that because that's going to be a lot going line for line. Doing it the way that I'm doing it, it's going to read it in bulk, and whatever training material that you can receive, it's going to know what to say. So we'll test it.
Hey, Q, that's Chat GPT 4, right?
Yeah, this is correct. We'll assess your property, make a fair cash offer, and handle all the paperwork. You pick the closing date, and we'll cover all closing costs and fees. I think the whole how does that sound is the thing that's turning me off.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said. Chat GPT 4, is that what he said?
It's the paid version of ChatGPT.
Oh, gotcha.
So we can edit this prompt, but check this out. Let me see. Do you see how all of this is here? This needs to be changed. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up a new window for ChatGPT. I'm going to copy and paste this. We're going to delete this and we're going to reprogram this bot. So it's going to keep going here. So I have to open up another window. Let's do it this way. So we're going to go back into ChatGPT, open up second window so I can use it on two different variants. I'm going to copy and paste what I have here. Redo the above and customize it for wholesaling real estate. The bot is for qualifying leads and setting appointments for a call back. Sound like me. No emojis.
You don't do emojis, Quentin.
No, it's too extensive. Plus, it's gonna make you have it's gonna cost more money. If you're sending out emojis or images or any of those things, it costs way more.
Oh.
How much is Jarvis a month?
97.
97. Okay.
I need more details, please. Be extensive. This is what we need. This is crazy, y'all. We're going to copy and paste all of this. And then I'll add this into Jarvis for the bot. Oh, this is part of prompt. Okay, let me go back. Cancel. And then let's go to bot goals. That's what we want. And then we need to go over all of this. I see. Okay. I may have put it into the wrong area, but it's okay. Let's go into personality. There we go. There we go. So we'll copy that and then we'll add that into the bot.
Did you already have that section stored, or was that something that popped up with everything that you just did?
It just popped up with everything I just did.
Sweet.
And then the intent. That's what we need to change. There's the intent. I found it. Okay. There we go. That should be it now. So we will save that. Bot successfully updated, and then go back to our bot training. I think it should be done cooking here for the 100 responses. I've expanded your document to include over 100 Q&A interactions. Why don't I see all of them? I don't see them. Did it really go to 100? Does that look like 100? No, it doesn't. Okay, let's see. All good. Let's just run it. Copy this. We're going to add this not into the seller objection sheet, but into its own. Paste. Okay. Share. Copy. And then we'll do back to Jarvis. Add the doc. Get data. You know, people pay $5,000 for what I'm showing you guys how to do. I had somebody try to sell me their bot for 10 G's, and it's just a bot that does exactly what I'm training my bot how to do today. And people don't realize how damn easy this is. You know, it's honestly a money pot. You could post this shit on Upwork.com, what I'm showing you guys how to do today. Take this replay and say that you build chatbots for real estate investors on Go High Level. People will literally hire you for like 2 G's, 3 G's just to do exactly what I'm showing you guys how to do today. So there's all of the links that we have. This is all the training that we've given our bot. So from this point, we can test it. Hello, I am interested in an offer for my property. We just trained a bot.
It was hard work, but we had to put it in.
No. Sounds like this could be a good fit. Let's set up a quick call with one of our buyers. What time works for you? I can do 11 a.m. CST.
What time is it in Texas right now?
It's 10.
Oh,
Anything I need in the meantime.
this is gonna send out to people that you've already contacted, right? People that you've already got in your system, people you've already talked to, one of your VAs or yourself.
This is people who have opted in that say that they're interested in selling. Like essentially they're texting us back. So like you would send out a mass text and then they would text you back. Now I could take the same training that I just showed you and I can do the same thing for a voice AI. Let's say they call us, right? And I'm not available to answer. We can do the same thing that we just did right now for Axiom, and I can create a voice AI agent instead. And so if they call back, this will pick up the call. So like we could do the same thing that we just did. We'll create an agent. We'll call it Axiom Voice, business name, Infinity Cash Offer.
Before you put on a frown, make absolutely sure there are no smiles available.
So we can pick which we want. Let's do
Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes.
That's
Ryan,
actually great advice.
You can, or you think you can't. You are right.
Sally,
The world is round, and the place which may seem like the end may also be the beginning.
Scarlett,
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
try Rachel.
Failure doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means you haven't succeeded yet.
Let's do Serena.
If you don't know where you are going, you will probably end up somewhere else.
Let's try this.
The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time.
I like Tanya. Tanya is who we're going with. Okay,
What about
so
Heather? Is there a Heather in there? I'm just curious.
maybe.
I want to hear.
No, I don't think
Please
so.
be a
I don't
Heather.
get it. No,
There's never a Heather, but I want one, dude. They're everywhere else all the time, except for now.
I like Tanya,
The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time.
but I don't know now that I'm hearing it back again. I don't know. Let's try Shelby.
We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Sounds like a bitchy
If you
bimbo.
smile when no one else is around, you really mean it.
Nah, Tony.
Life is what happens while you are making other plans.
Let's try Zoe.
Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none.
Nah. Okay, Adam.
It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well.
Nah.
When we seek to discover the best in others,
That's
we
definitely
somehow
not.
bring out the best in ourselves.
Let's try Amy.
I've never been hurt by anything I didn't say.
Anna.
The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend.
Let's try the other Anna.
One of the advantages of being disorderly is that one is constantly making exciting discoveries.
Okay, I think the only, I don't know which one you guys think, but I honestly was really impressed with Tanya. I'll say Tanya.
The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time.
Sounds like someone I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like it.
So this is not available yet for the agent to make outbound calls because of the new restrictions on AI chats. Just so you know, this can only be for AI can only be used for the inbound stuff. So you can't do the outbound stuff anymore. So like agent's initial message, hey, you have reached Infinity Cash Offer. How can I help today? You know, that could be that. I'm gonna say Infinity Home Solutions instead. And then next. And then details to collect from the contact. We want name, email, address, contacts issue. And we can trigger a workflow as well, but we'll say that this could be done to all users. And then next, basic plan, we'll select a phone number. So I'll choose one of the ones that I have here. enable AI agent, set working hours for 24/7. We can do that if we want. We'll save this. And then from here, we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did with the chatbot, but we're going to train this AI to know what to say and how to qualify leads. Now, there is a plethora of training that you can give to the voice chat, okay? So like right now, I don't have the agent set to anything crazy, but we could go in and start training it. So like essentially when we create the agent, this is just one voice agent. The goal here is for them to receive calls. You can give it scripts and add specific training to it. I do need to upgrade the account for the training regiments that are going to be there. But for now, guys, this is very much on autopilot at this point. Axiom is live and I can attach it to any workflow, any chat bot, anything that I want to qualify a lead. The only thing that I need to do is add it to a workflow so that it can begin creating and populating pipelines. So the bot is good. I think that it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? So like we can go back in and just double check on all of that. But would y'all say that the responses were pretty damn good? Like
Yeah.
right here, like spot on, right?
Are these recorded? Do you get to listen in and be like, okay, I need to tweak it here, I need to tweak it there?
Yes, because there will be times where the bot might not know what to say. But I also trained it that if it doesn't know how to respond completely, to just immediately push for an appointment. So, you know, that's another thing that you can add to it. So in the event that there's a response from a client that's interested and they're not speaking specific keywords, understand that this is not it's not an AI that thinks on its own. You have to give it what the responses are, and it'll learn based on the scripts and training modules that you've given to your chatbot. So, you know, this is a great way though, guys, so you don't have to hire a VA to reach out to your leads. If you're going to be sending out 100, 300, 400 text messages, it might even be cheaper for you to just turn on the AI chatbot to begin vetting leads for you and putting them where they need to go so that leads are consistently getting nurtured. But this way, what if you guys get a text from a seller that you haven't heard from in a year, right? And they text one of your numbers inside of your Jarvis account. And the moment that that happens, you have all these other text messages piling on top of it. You miss out on an opportunity. The AI chatbot is there to pick up on those things. Once you enter the chat, you can choose to turn off the chat bot for that specific message that you're getting. So that way you can take over and the bot doesn't continuously try to overlap on your replies. You can also set a time frame. So like if you want the bot to reply within 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 20 seconds, it can do that. You know, for me, whenever I have my chat bot, for some reason, 17 seconds to 35 seconds is the magic number for responses for me. It gives the bot also enough time to kind of like correlate a message that doesn't sound so robotic. And otherwise it's just going to keep spewing it out automatically. You know what I'm saying? So like, just kind of like give it some ease, and that'll also help your seller realize that they're not talking to a robot. Now, in the event that your seller asks like, hey, am I talking to an AI? By law, the AI is already designed, because it is not mine. It's one that we just trained that we're in control of. The AI will essentially tell you, it'll essentially tell the seller that it is an AI that they're speaking to. And that's okay, but that's part of the legalities of it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, guys, is part of your nurturing process. I don't want y'all to miss out on leads. And so I kind of wanted to just show you guys what's available inside of Jarvis to nurture a lead for follow-up sequences. Now, you can take this and drive it into something even crazier inside of Jarvis. So we're going to go to the automation part here. This is super fun. This is super fun. And I'm just going to build a workflow from scratch, actually. Fuck this. We'll do this inside of this, start from scratch. So we're going to create an automation that goes out an entire year. It's going to be our first touch, and then a year later or half a year later, it'll touch again. So we're going to call this one 1 year. We'll call it a 2-year sequence. Follow-up sequence. In the beginning, the trigger is going to be you adding leads. So from here, we'll kind of just add on to this. We'll do it this way. We're going to do user, assign to user, and then we'll do the phone numbers that we're going to use. We're going to do phone 1, and then we'll do phone 7, and then phone 8. They're just a bunch of phone numbers that I have, y'all. Don't worry about it. So I'm assigning to users. The trigger will be adding contacts. So, you know, whatever your contacts are is essentially what will trigger this. Contacts for a workflow. We'll add this here later, but we don't got to worry about it right now. So I'm going to just show y'all what it is to build an automation out inside of Jarvis. First thing here is I'm assigning users. So these are the phone numbers that I have for this specific campaign. Each phone number can send up to 1,000 text messages a day. So then from here, we're going to do, let's say, an initial response. Let's do it this way. Assign to user, initial response, first text message, send SMS. And this will be the first one. Hey, and then custom value. We'll do the contact here, or we could do like a trigger link if we wanted. Let's see, let me scroll this up. Contact, we'll do their first name. Add then here an address. We'll just say address 1. Is there? We'll say this is the first message. Now I wanted to wait, let's say 24 hours if they don't reply. So we'll do 1 day, 1 day, 1 day is fine. So we'll save. And then we'll do yet another one. So this is going to be in the morning. I want it to kind of be a missed call. So we're going to do a voicemail. And we'll upload a file. We'll call this Fukaru. Use the first one.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Quentin. I'm actually just drove by your property here and I'm interested in making you an offer. It's imperative that you call me back as soon as possible. If I don't hear from you within the next couple of minutes, I'll probably call back in an hour. Thank you.
That'll launch within the next time frame. So, you know, the first text message will immediately go out upon sending this. You can create like a wait time before it sends this message so that the campaign starts the following day. But for now, I now have it waiting a day, and then it's going to be a missed call that happens in the morning. So this will happen 24 hours due to the next day of me sending that first text message. And then we'll do another wait time. We'll say, give it like 2 hours from that point, and then it'll say a text message. So we'll do another automation here. We'll do SMS, and then we'll do, did you get my voicemail?
Hey, Q, for that voicemail, would that be like a phone call or is that gonna be like a voice message?
It's both. It's gonna be a missed call on their phone. It's not even gonna, it's gonna ring like not even a second. It'll ring once and then go straight to voicemail. So if they're gonna look at it like, holy shit, I missed a call. And so nowadays with iPhone and with new, I believe that they have receiver to send message. I forgot what it's called. It's new though. It's for the Android users as well, where instead of listening to your voicemails, it has, let's see.
Where you can kind of read it
Exactly that.
or hit the
Exactly
play
that.
thing. Yeah, because I'll be looking at that like, who the hell is this to call me? Where did you record your voicemail?
I use Vokaru. It's a website. So like go here, vokaru.com. It's free. So you just like record and then you allow.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
And then I guess you just download the file.
It's that easy. Here, we'll do another one. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Quentin. I drove by your property this morning and I'm interested in making you an offer on that house. I'd love the opportunity to talk with you. Looks like I missed you, but if you're getting this voicemail, I hope this message finds you well. You can reach me back to this number. And if I don't hear from you here within the next hour or so, I'll probably send you a text message. Anyways, God bless you so much. Thank you for considering my call, and I'll talk with you soon. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Quentin. I drove by your property this morning and I'm interested in making you an offer on that house. I'd love the opportunity to talk with you. Looks like I missed you, but if you're getting this voicemail, I hope this message finds you well. You can reach me back to this number, and if I don't hear from you here within the next hour or so, I'll probably send you a text message. Anyways, God bless you so much. Thank you for considering my call, and I'll talk with you soon. And then we'll just save that, download the file, and then I could just upload that directly into Jarvis again. So like most people don't even use this, bro. Like honestly, like y'all are sleeping if y'all aren't using this. But we'll take this message out and then upload the new one that I just recorded, and then it'll remaster the audio. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Quentin. Notice how it sounds more clear. I drove by your property this morning and I'm interested in making you an offer on that house. I'd love that. So we'll save that. And then I have it waiting 2 hours, right? So it'll wait 2 and then it'll send the follow-up message, which will be like another text message. So we'll do it this way. And then we'll say, hey, did you get my voicemail this morning?
Can you send that out any other way besides just Jarvis? If like Jarvis is like not where we're at just yet.
You should be able to if your platform that you're using allows for you to do this. Yes. Otherwise, you're going to have to manually do this. And it's not lucrative when you're trying to do this to 1,000+ leads. That's what this is for. The automation that I'm building right now is a sequence that I'm going to use in your face today to send out a bunch of text messages. So how do you get my voicemail this morning? I hope you're having a great day.
I know it's saying REI reply. That's what I've been using. I just never used the voicemail aspect. They used to have something called AI voice drop where with use AI to say the actual address on the voicemail, but they got rid of it. I don't know what happened with that.
Now, in all of these two, what we can do is kind of select conversation AI and add that there, you know, so like this would be something that we would build for our calendar, and the AI chatbot we can add to this whole workflow. So I think we just select this and then we type in AI. We'll put that before anything else. And then we'll do conversation AI, which is fine. And we can add the AI to this, but I believe it's already a part of the workflow because I turned it on. So it's ready to go. It's ready to text people back. So, you know, we have assigned a user, SMS, wait, voicemails, wait, and then another text message that's being sent out. And there's that. So then I'll have it wait one more day. So we'll do like a 3-day nurture sequence. So we'll do one more day on the wait, but I want it to be at like a specific window. So we'll do 1 day for sure on the next day. And then advanced window, I want it to be in the morning before they go to work. So we'll say the window of time that I want is like between 7 and 8 a.m. because everybody looks at their phones when they wake up, man. We're all going to be blind by the time we're 60 because of this, but it's okay. It's a price that I am willing to pay. Anyway. As long as the boy can still feel, that's all that matters. So then we'll do this. We can do additional filter, but for right now, I think that that's pretty cool. So it'll be waiting until the following morning if that message didn't go out, you know, so it'll be 1 day, but it'll be at 8 a.m. the next day, and then it'll text again. And we'll say the next message will be, there we go. Now, from this point, if they tell me to go screw myself, if they say stop or any of those things, then the sequence will die. But if it just keeps going and I still haven't heard from them, then I can set it up to wait again, this time for a longer window. So we'll say in months, we'll do 180. So it'll be half a year from now. This way, this can still be kept alive. And then we'll do another SMS. Say long time.
What lead list would this be not good for?
I mean, I don't think it's not good for anything. Like, I think this is good for everything. You need sequences like this.
So
You
you
can
could
even
do it for
email
pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, auctions. Like you could literally just
everything,
all of
everything. This is what this automation that I'm setting up right now is just a basic workflow that would be used for any lead. Like I'm not marrying it to anything. I'm not saying that it's not for anything else. I'm just using this as like a general text message to get it going and get the message out there. Everybody's so good at sending out the initial message. Nobody's good at nurturing. And that's what I'm talking about here. So last time we touched,
Yeah.
still interested in your property. Can we talk and catch up? Maybe have a call.
I'm trying to attach it to a lead list I generated last night. So
Hope you're well. Here.
Hey Q, could you attack your batch lead dialer in this workflow? Or would it work like that or no?
What do you mean? Oh, to the dialer? No, sadly.
Yeah.
The dialer has to be directly integrated, and there is no API connection between Go High Level and Batch. So that's what
Damn.
sucks.
Yeah,
So
I know.
there's that. But you know, it's all good. What we did right now was kind of just we'll call this a half year for now, because if I keep going, it won't end. So we'll say half year follow-up sequence. So just kind of following up 6 months from then. But we just created a workflow, guys. Like this is so dope. Now, once we have this created, we can add this to anything now. So, you know, I have a bunch of leads I haven't even reached out to yet. Let's go ahead and do something with them. So, I'm gonna go to, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Where are they? I should be in Quentin's business.
would you do that in replace of something? Like, would you not make phone calls on this list? Maybe not to bug them so much and let this just do the work? Like, what's your
Yes.
suggestions on that?
This would do everything. Like you would not have to worry about anything. Like, you know, so like this is a list of properties that are going into auction that I pulled myself. You know, so like this is all I need to do to complete the list. So I already built this. This is for this month. Well, January. It's okay. It was like the end of the month in January. You just need to skip trace this and then we're good to go. So let's do, how can we do this? Let's see. Oh, that's right. It was in PropStream. Okay. PropStream.com. Log in. I'm going to launch a campaign with you guys while I'm here with y'all. And this is just for texting. This is super fun though, guys. And I have the bot turned on. So we're good to go. Like the bot will reply and nurture these leads in place of a VA. And if you ask me, I think that I did pretty damn good on training the bot. And I did it in about an hour. And people really be spending $5,000 for what I just showed y'all. So, you know, y'all are welcome. Anyways, let's go to my properties. And then it was a list that I just created. It was a foreclosure list. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe it was in the automator. Okay, let's check this. I think this was the one. Yeah, this is it. We'll export this. Wait, why does it say 291 removed? Oh, okay, because those didn't have addresses. Okay, all good. And then let's format this fucking thing. I could have swore I already did this though. Let's check. I did. Okay, we're good. This was the list. So we'll take this and then we'll download this in CSV. And then let's take it to get skip traced. So I use the data fleet. It's just super fun. I've been doing it for a long time. This is my business. And I mean, I would say that we have like a 90% hit rate. Like this shit is so accurate. So if you guys want to spend the money on good skip tracing here, I have it for you. As a member of the group, I can skip trace a minimum of 50,000 records at 4 cents a record if you wanted me to skip trace your leads directly. Okay. If you go through the website, you can just pay the premium that we have here, which is a lot more expensive than what you're looking for. So just make sure that you go through me when you need skip tracing. All right. So bulk skip tracing,
What was your minimum again?
50,000 records at 4 cents a lead.
Oh shit.
So we'll take this, drag and drop, which I think I have everything that we need. Validate the file. This is the address. We'll leave that out actually. That should be blank. Well, yeah, we'll call that the address. And this should be. No, this should just be the normal address. So we'll switch this to. That doesn't make sense. We'll X that out then. And then this will be the address of the property. State zip, property unit, we'll leave that out. I think that's it. Continue. Yeah, we don't need that. We'll do first name, last name. That's good. Okay. Oh, crap. Hold on, guys. Submit. $35 for 358 records. That's not too bad. Sorry, y'all. I don't want y'all to see my billing information. It really just goes to me, but still. Now let me go to my account. What's up, Bubby? You hungry or what?
No, I need a popsicle.
Why are you eating a popsicle for breakfast? Go brush your teeth and take a bath. Bubby, don't grab popsicles anymore without asking me. No more iPad or no more anything for the rest of the day. Go take a bath. I'm not really going to take away his iPad, but he needs to know. Okay, so let's see. Where are the orders at? There they are. View, and we should have it. It'll take a minute. But when it is done skip tracing, what we're going to do is we're going to take these leads and we're going to upload them to Jarvis and we're going to begin an automation, which this is going to be super cool.
So it looks like you use like 4 different platforms for this. You use ChatGPT for Jarvis, you use vocaru.com, and then you use the batch lead thingy that you own.
Yeah, for the leads and the phone numbers.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool.
All I'm doing is using a skip tracing platform. I'm using ChatGPT to train an AI. I'm using Jarvis to send text messages. I'm creating a workflow right now so that you guys can get an idea of what that looks like and how it works. And then I'm skip tracing leads for my real estate business. So that's it, you know, it just really 3 platforms. Well, Vukaru, if you want to talk about the voice messaging stuff, but I mean, you could just record on your phone and then send it to email to yourself. I just use Vukaru because it's on my computer and it's easy and it's free.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm familiar with a lot of these platforms before you're pulling them off together, because my brain's like, this is cool as shit.
Q. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I know you did the Facebook and the PPC class, I think yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago.
Say again.
The Facebook and the PPC course.
I can barely hear you, brother.
The PPC and the Facebook ad.
Yes, you have to level up to see the replay, but I've already uploaded it. It's inside of the
Oh, okay.
replays.
Oh,
You
it's
need to get to level
probably
5.
under. Gotcha. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Do you have any?
It's what helps me keep you guys in the group. No offense.
Oh no, it ain't. You know, I understand. You know, you want engagement on people will be learning and everything. Do you have any idea where we might start doing the curative title work?
The curative title work for like your properties?
Yeah. When we might start actually learning about that.
I've already taught this in the group. It's inside of the replays. That's part of the advanced level cheat code. But I reset the curriculum every other month so that you can jump in and still get the calls. But you would have to attend live calls for you to receive that education. Those recordings are put inside of an advanced cheat code where you can go in and see what I'm talking about. For the sake of this, because I know it's taken me a while to get the data back, I'll show you, but it's inside of school. Everything is in the classroom, literally everything. This right here is the advanced level. This goes through your action plan, introduction, the foundation, pulling county data, automating the process, tax delinquency data, property leads and probate leads and affidavits, removing liens and judgments. This is part of the curative title class. Each one of these calls is like a few hours long, bro, and I go over the whole process for you. But you have to upgrade to annual to have access to this advanced level cheat code stuff. Now you'll find some cool stuff inside of live call recordings if you want to come in here and take a look at things. But this is also part of the regiment of what it is that I'm teaching. So like once you unlock live call recordings, you'll see some of the classes that I've done before. And a lot of this stuff is really good info, man. So you'll take a look when you take a look. But yeah, just upgrade your level and then you'll be able to all of those things.
I just gotta get to level 5. I think I'm on level 4 right now. But I'm already annual. I pay for the whole year anyways.
I don't know why this is taking so long. There it goes. Got it. Now let's take a look at the data and then we'll clean up a couple of these records here before importing it into Jarvis. So let's go to the drive. Then we'll take this and drag and drop it here. Ah, it's in a zip folder. Damn it. Why did they do that? It's only 358 records. Okay, let me unzip this thing. I don't feel like paying for a software, so I just do one of these. Hmm. This is all I need. Okay. Hopefully this is free. Okay, cool. That was free. Nice. Okay, this is good enough. I don't know how many of these have a phone number versus don't, though. That's the only thing that's kind of bothering me here. First name, last name, city, state, zip, mailing address, mailing city, mailing state, mailing zip. Okay, let's get rid of all this other stuff because we really don't need this other stuff. I just need the phone numbers. So what you're seeing me do right now is format a list. This is the boring part, but this is part of the business. And then we'll delete this. And then we'll delete this as well. Honestly, the first 3 phone numbers are what we're looking for. We'll do the first 4. Everything else can kind of just go. We don't need any of this either. All of that is pointless information. The system won't even pick it up. So we'll go to phone number 4 and out. And we'll delete these. This should be good for now. Now, normally I would filter by phone number, but just for the sake of this video, because we're already taking in almost 2 hours into this call of just craziness. There is someone I need to remove from this list, and I think he's on here. I'm not sure. Because he owns the building that I'm in, and his house was going into foreclosure. Okay, I don't see it. We'll call this pre-foreclosure list. And we'll put the month that I pulled it, which I believe was on the 17th. And then we'll download this in comma separated values. Okay, now let's load these into Jarvis. So we go to contacts here and we're going to import yes to all of these. And we're going to drag and drop that file into this thing. I'm only doing phone numbers. I'm not going to import their emails. So for right now, this is kind of how we're going to do this. And then next. So this is the first name, this is the last name, this is the street address, city, this is the state, postal code. This is the mailing address, mailing city, mailing state. Now we have to label the phone numbers. This is the first one. And this should be phone 2. And then this is phone 3. And this should be phone 4. If it even picks up a 4th number, which sometimes it doesn't. We'll just do additional phone. And then next. We can add them to a workflow, but we're not going to do that just yet. But we mapped everything pretty much correctly. Add tags. So I want to kind of create a tag for this, which we can do inside of the system, but I'll tag them afterwards. So we'll just do it this way for right now. Confirm, and then start bulk import. This will probably be done in just a few seconds. Now you can see all of the bulk stuff that you're doing as well. Like it kind of has like a little filter here that allows for you to do so. Let me see where to go. It's like bulk something. I think it's here. No, that's not it.
Hey, Q, can you hear me?
Bulk actions. Yeah.
Hey, quick question. So when you're mapping the phone numbers, say there's 2 owners, right?
Yes.
And each owner has 3 numbers. Do you map it as, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Or do you do like owner 1, phone number 1, owner 2,
Too much. Just go after one owner. You don't want to go after all of them like that. Just go after one. And then create a second sequence that highlights second owner if you wanted to hit 2 different owners. But that's a rare occurrence, in my opinion, whenever that type of thing happens. But to me, I just try to map 3 phone numbers every time. If you do more than that, you're asking the system to do more than it's capable of, and you'll probably get flagged.
Okay, gotcha. I was just wondering how you did that. All right, sounds good.
Sure.
Cool. Thanks.
So right now, I'm just waiting for the import to be done mapping, which it says 23%. We can add a tag to all of these leads once it's done. But yeah, like you can go in and look at the details. It says 1 minute so far, 20%. It's going to have the name of the leads too. But this right here, this bulk import, you can filter by bulk import. So once I have all of that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to tag them for the lead type, and we can kind of just pivot off of that. So this should be done very soon though. I don't know why it's taking so long because I've done like hundreds of thousands of records at once before. But we'll see, so like right now it'll give you the stats, 77 process, 77 success with 0 error. That's kind of what we're looking for. This is really good so far for being 21% completed. I'd say that, this is great skip tracing. The error thing, you'll probably have about like a maybe 5 to 10% drop off on bulk imports. And that helps you guys out with kind of understanding what that looks like. The drop off means that the system couldn't identify the record, and it could be for a million reasons. It could be for like an LLC. It could be for like mismatched phone numbers. It just keeps going like on and on. So just kind of like give you like an idea, but it could be a million different things. Let's refresh and see if it's good. That's crazy. I don't know why it's taking so long. Anyways, we'll let it cook. Now for the workflow that we just created, the automation, right? That 2-year sequence thing that we just did. I don't think I put it into a folder, right? Let's see, half-year follow-up. Yeah, this is it right here. So this thing, we're going to do it this way. You got to turn it on and publish it. So for you to draft a workflow, turns it off. That is meaning that the workflow will no longer work. For this one here, you'll publish the workflow and hit confirm. And now the workflow is ready for you to begin like a marketing sequence. So just make sure that it's published prior to adding leads to it. Now we're going to do contacts. Let's take a look again. I don't expect for your account to have this many contacts in it, by the way. That mine's a little bit extensive. You don't need that many. Sometimes you got to refresh the whole page just to get an update on this.
Can you do the same thing that you're doing right now with the getting the leads and the names and everything, the phone numbers, download it from Deal Machine? Does Deal Machine allow you to export, just import?
Yes, it does. It does. I'm just using Data Fleet because to me, it's more accurate than Deal Machine. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing the same thing that I have, but Deal Machine is literally like 50-50. And that explains a lot considering that, they're giving you phone numbers. Deal Machine's great, but it's not like it's not designed for skip tracing. You know, it's not like a skip tracing platform that has a bunch of data that gets updated every single year. So like Deal Machine, I'm thinking the owner went and bought all of the phone numbers for every record in America. That's what I'm thinking. And he just imported all of them into his system. So like if you go back to a lead that you saw, let's say 6 months ago when Deal Machine launched the skip tracing, you'll notice that no phone numbers or heirs or ownership situation has been updated. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Like to me, there's inaccuracies that are there. Is it good for the person who's just starting, that's really trying to get their business off of the ground? For sure. Like definitely. Like I would say that the most expensive part of the real estate investing business is getting accurate data. But for me, I always just want to make sure that I have the most accurate data and the best skip tracing that I can possibly find. I use 4 different skip trace providers to determine whether or not a list is quality, and it's dependent on the area. So like your area where you're at, where you're from, you might have different towers that give off specific bits of information from different creditors or different types of companies. This is coming from a data standpoint because I own a business that we get our data from credit bureaus. We have a contract with like Equimine, all of these different individuals where you would go and you would, you know, check your credit. They ask you for your phone number, they ask you for your emails, and then they resell your information. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that works. So we get our information from credit bureaus. I'm using a third-party supplier called CoreLogic to supply the phone numbers. They update their data like every 3 months. So my skip tracing is pretty damn accurate. Now, there's 4 that I found because each place has data in different sanctions because it's sanctioned off based on where you're at in America. Skip Genie, Skip Matrix, Data Fleet, and then the 4th one that I'd recommend is Batch Leads. Batch Leads has really accurate skip tracing. You know, so like those are the 4 that I would recommend for any of you guys. The thing about Skip Matrix and Skip Genie is they don't really break price at all. Like Skip Genie doesn't give a fuck if you're spending $100,000 on skip tracing, it's going to charge you 17 cents per record all the way up. And so, you know, just kind of like giving you an idea of what that looks like when you start spending money on this. Is it worth it in the grand scheme of things? Yes, but that's why I always talk about going after niche data. When you go after niche data, you're not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to skip trace your leads. You're just spending, you know, a few $100. That's it. And that's way more affordable. And you're going to have a higher conversion rate, given that the data and the accuracy of the data that you're pulling is directly from the county. You know, and so that's what the cheat code is. You're taking data from the county, you're compiling it and stacking it together to create a high probability lead. And when you skip trace it, the accuracy of the skip tracing is going to be matching the motivation because you know that their shit is in a situation. You know that they're in a dire point because based on the data, that's it. Like, you know that they'd be interested in a cash offer to some extent. There's a higher conversion rate on the initial call, right? It's like 30-40% higher because you're getting data from the county versus what you would typically do when you're calling like a cold lead list that you just downloaded from Deal Machine. So like Deal Machine's great if you're just starting out, but if you're like me, who's been doing this for some time, 5 years plus, I would recommend going the county route because the county route, you're going to have a lot more success and you're going to spend a lot less money, you know, but you know, everybody has different opinions on this. I know some people that are like, let's just spend the fucking money. You know, but not all of you guys in here can just say, all right, I'm going to run a PPC campaign spending $3,000 every 3 weeks, and I'm going to maintain that for a whole year. It's impossible. Like most of you guys don't even have that in reserves to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like we're all in the gutter right now. We're all trying to figure this out in a way that's not going to break the bank account. You close one big deal, make your 50, 100K, whatever it is that you're going to make from the cheat code method. And then you can use that to start really expediting the process because then it becomes a cost per lead. My cost per lead when I had the office, when I had the dialers, when I had the cold callers, when I had the VAs, I was spending $160 per lead. And we would close one of every 5. So if I wanted to get a contract, I'd have to spend about maybe $1,000. So that's the contract, 1 out of 5, $5,000 for one contract that would actually close and fund. My minimum assignment fee was 17 grand. So I was spending 5 grand to make 12 grand in profit. You see what I'm saying? 5 grand, I get 17 back. And then now I know that that's all I got to do. So then I have the money factor in there, my KPIs and my numbers, which don't lie, speak exactly what the business is capable of producing, then I just have to maintain spending 5K in marketing every single month to produce $7,000 in revenue. So then if I wanted to make $100,000 in a month, then what would I have to do? I have to spend 25, 30 grand to make $100,000 in a month because it adds up. You see what I'm saying? So like that is what you call cost per lead, cost per contract, cost per closing. Those are the three dynamic KPIs that you guys need to be tracking in your business. How much money and time does it take for you to get one lead? How much money and time does it take for you to get one contract? How much money and time does it take for you to get one contract closed? Because each of these has a cost. Each of these has a cost. When you're focused on your lead, you're looking at how much money that you're spending to produce one lead. When you're focused on your contract, you're looking at how much money you're spending in leads that get converted to cold to warm that are interested in getting a property under contract. Typically, guys, it's 1 of 5 right now. So like that, those are very crappy things. It used to be 1 of 2, 1 of 3, but now it's 1 of 5, meaning that every 5 contracts, you get actually one that's really going to close. That's where we're at right now economically. Hopefully things change now that Trump is in office and we see a little bit better in the real estate realm of what it is that we're capable of doing. But those are things that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So then we get our cost per deal closed. Then we know if we spent $5,000, $2,000, $3,000, it produces this amount of money. You need at least 5 properties closing to have actual trackable metrics here. Because if you don't have those things, it becomes very difficult for you to identify exactly what your cost per lead, cost per contract, cost per deal looks like. And so those are just things that you got to really look at when you start looking into your business and you start trying to figure out what direction it is that you want to scale it. Because sometimes, guys, it just boils down to money. And when you have the money and it makes sense to spend it, spend it. Don't just hoard cash. This business is an active income business. It requires you to actively be investing. If you are not investing into your business, you are leaving yourself up for like major failure, okay? Because this business will die the moment that you stop spending money on it. Now, some of you guys might be in a different bind though, where you've been spending money but haven't seen your success. I would challenge you that you haven't spent enough time or money to really see success because you're not tracking what it is that you're doing. You got to track what you're doing. That's why metrics and accountability are very important. Your input's always going to tell me the story of your output, no matter what. You could literally have the bare minimal resources, bare minimal everything. If you don't have metrics, then I can't tell you how to scale it. So many people come up to me at conferences and at these events. They say, Q, how can I close 5 deals in a month? I tell them, what did it take for you to close 1? Well, I don't know. I just went and knocked a bunch of doors and I just went and freaking cold called a bunch of people and I just sent out a bunch of direct mail. That's cool. You're not telling me anything. I don't know what to tell you because you don't even know what it takes for you to close 1 deal. Because if you did, then all you would have to do is duplicate those efforts by 5. That's it. So again, for all of you that are on here, it doesn't cost you money to track your metrics. Track your metrics. For all my people in the fitness world that have been in the gym for years, that have been working out for years, it was all time at the beginning because we just wanted to get ahead and then we hit plateaus. How do you break through plateaus? You count your sets, you count your repetitions. You put seconds in between the final ones to get the pump going, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Then you go home and you count your food. Guys, I use my plate on my phone to track my calories every day, to track the amount of protein that I'm consuming. Right now, I'm eating about 300 grams of protein, about 150 to 180 grams of carbs every single day. My fats, too, are about a little bit under 300 a day, and I'm bulking. So I'm also on top of that taking a whole bunch of different types of supplements to grow my muscles. When I'm full pump, it's crazy. But I know for a fact I've gained weight. I'm gaining weight because I'm eating a lot, but I'm doing that to build muscle mass and strength. I increase the weight 15% almost every session, just going higher and higher to maintain strength. Maintain strength, drinking a gallon of water. Your muscle is made up of 80% water. The more water that you drink, the bigger that your muscles are going to get. The reason why most people don't see muscle growth is because they're dehydrated. I take salt pills just so I can literally freaking keep the water in my muscles to expand them more. So like these are crazy things that I'm telling you guys about that are metrics that I track for the output of the body that it is that I want. Because when I stand on a stage in August and I'm flexing in front of everybody, which is not even that long away, I want to showcase what I can do and how disciplined that I was in following my metrics. Because I'm going to win. I have no doubt in my mind I'm going to win. Like I just know for a fact I'm going to win. Even being up there, I've already won. So like, how many of you guys are doing that in your real estate business? Are you tracking the amount of hours that you're spending on the dialer? Are you tracking the amount of text messages that you're sending out? Are you tracking the amount of direct mail, the amount of doors that you're knocking on, the amount of callbacks that you're getting? Because if you're not, then you really aren't taking this seriously, dude. You're not. Because then I don't know how I can help you. because you're not even tracking the very minuscule things that need to be done. If you're not going to go after your business that way, you're not going to see success. And you are the very thing that is holding you back because you don't know how to track the shit that you're doing. How can you scale something when you've never measured it? Anybody who wants to lose weight, what's the first thing that they do? They step on a scale. That's right, right? What are you doing? You're measuring. You're measuring. And so again, measure your business, y'all. It's very important because once you do that, then you can scale it. The scalability of it will be there. So I think it's done importing. I think for some reason it's stuck at 21%. I don't know why, but it's been 14 minutes already. I wanted to add this to a workflow, guys, but we're already at the top of the hour on the call, and I was only going to do 2 hours today. But I'm going to show y'all what it'll look like anyway, just on like a normal list of leads that I have here. So you would go to your contacts, all right, and then you'll just add this. So I already have my contacts in here. I'm going to filter by a specific list. So we're going to do a tag. And I'm going to say, well, we'll do follow-up or working lead, and then we'll add that and see what pops up. Okay, that's not it. Let me see. Tag, follow, warm, maybe. Add. No, not even that. Okay, going back. I should have a tag. Anyways, we'll just do this on like one list that I have here. We'll call this, let's see. I think I had it saved as old. No, damn, not even that. Okay. I don't remember. Anyways, I'll just do it on Alabama for right now. So we'll apply this. These are like a list of Alabama cash buyers that I have. I'll select just 20 here. Okay. So these are like 20 possible cash buyers that live in Alabama. And then we'll add this to the robot, the automation. From here, we'll click OK to proceed. We'll select the workflow that we created, which was a, what was it called again? It was a half-year follow-up sequence. And we're going to add this all at once. Once we add the automation, we're going to name the action. So we're going to call this like, I don't know, half-year follow-up. So we can filter by action. Once we add the automation, it's going to kick it off and it's going to start messaging all of these people and emailing all of these people. Crazy work. But that would then begin the workflow, and the process will begin from that point. So guys, like today, I know we went into a lot. I was just kind of overhearing a conversation. Typically on these Saturdays, I always like to kind of call leads with you guys, but this was valuable. Can we all agree? I feel like there was a lot that was definitely dropped in this one thing. I showed you guys. You could right now, if you wanted to, go on Upwork, sign up as a client, take this video that I just recorded for y'all, and put a job application out there saying that you know how to build AI chatbots. Follow this video to the T, and you can sell it to real estate investors for $2,000, $3,000 to go into their Go High Level account and train their AI chatbots. Like that, you could do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. My guy Rico Dinalfi, who's this guy managed over 20,000 employees in Dubai, and he's a very reputable man. He talks just like he's from Harry Potter. But when I love talking to him, you know, because I'm like, bro, come over here and read one of my books to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need an AI chatbot that sounds like you, dude. You need to talk to me all the time. So Rico called me and he was like, yo, Rico, I want to gift you. He was like, yo, Q, I want to gift you an AI voice bot, voice agent, and an AI chatbot. I said, well, okay, cool. What do these things retail for? He told me that he has 3 companies buying them right now for $10,000 each. I just showed you guys how to train an AI chatbot on this call. That is a $10,000 value on what I just did in today's call. Regardless, may not have been able to, show y'all how the AI chatbot could work in real time, but I'd be down to do another call during the week to do that. Next week, I'm going to be populating the calendar. And on Monday, guys, I'm so behind because I've been doing real estate. I will go ahead and announce the winners that are here. I dropped the link for Jarvis in the chat box so that you guys can have it. I'd love the opportunity for y'all to give it a go. I do have to run. So, but the winners will be announced on Monday, and then I'll set meetings up with all of you guys in between all of the things that I'm currently doing. But
That would be crazy. I want to know.
it is a lot. We'll talk more, guys. But Heather did win. So I got to do a one-on-one call with you, Heather. So I'll announce that part. But there are other people that...
I worked so hard for that. I'm telling you. I did that in like 2 weeks. I was like, Oh my gosh, I'm gonna freak out.
This is dope though. But yeah, Heather did win. So everybody round of applause for Heather for that. So like she's getting 10,000 leads and a one-on-one call with me. So that's really exciting. So I'll message you directly, Heather, and we can book all of that. If you can't ever get a hold of me, for everybody that is here, make sure that you message Alexi, okay? Alexi, you can search her in members. She's my admin. If you can't get a hold of me, she gets a hold of me. That's how it works. Talk to her, she talks to me. Like, I don't know, what is that one movie? Goodfellas. Anyways, talk to Lexi. Alexi talks to me. All right. So if you guys need any help with anything, she is somebody who can help you. She's an admin in the group. So I'll see you guys on the next call. I'll upload this recording here within the next few hours. And it'll be inside of live recordings, and I'll post it on the feed for you guys too. All right. Thank y'all so much for being a part of today's call. I'll see you guys on Monday. Let's get it.